All right, hey guys, this is Ty with Nerd Rush TV. I'm here at Long Beach Comic Con with
Alexander Polinsky.
All right, and what brings you out to the convention here?
Well, I'm collecting cosplayers and other nerds for a worldwide cult of cosplaying, because I think the cosplay is going to change the world. And it's called Avatarism, A-V-A-T-A-R-I-S-M. And it's basically a game that I created to help kids that are really nerdy and kind of socially awkward to embody their character in the real world. And for the rest, maybe not with the costume, but like a little bit of their fantasy character in the real world, so they can have more confidence, so they can meet people, so they can do the hardest thing, which is saying hello. So I'm a voiceover actor from Teen Titans, and I'm giving my pictures away, I'm giving my autograph away, basically everything for free because I love the fans. Most everybody's selling stuff here, but I just want to meet people.
Yeah.
So I'm here for the fun. I'm here to absorb the energy of the convention, because I really think that conventions like this make people better. Because when they interact on the level of their character, on the level of their superpowers or their perceived powers, they're much, much more confident than any other place in the whole world, in their whole life.
Yeah.
So you get kids who can't even say hello to a pretty girl. They put on a costume and then they can walk over and ask a question, or they get somebody takes a picture of them for the first time in their life, and they get to be the celebrity. So I believe in that thing, like, where kids are worshiping the celebrities, but I also believe in turning it around and go, hey kid, you could do that too, and you could get as much adulation and fun as confidence as I do when I embody my character. And right now I can honestly say all the characters that I've done, from Charles in Charge to Teen Titans to Ben 10 to Legion of Superheroes to whatever else I'm, Breadwinners, I'm a little tiny piece of all those characters. And when you cosplay and when you nerd out on something, I think I want to tell the world, like, you should understand that you're making that a part of you and indelibly for the rest of your life. You are going to be more like that character. So not only choose wisely, but make a lot of choices and augment your character with many fantastic things so that you feel good about yourself. Bam! That's why I'm here.
That's awesome. So your cosplay then, is that sort of embodying that philosophy for yourself too?
Yeah, you know what happened is that I got tired of, like, so you'd buy I'm a kid of the 80s, so I bought like the Spider-Man activity belt, utility belt when I was a kid, and I got it for Christmas and I wanted it. I was so excited, and I tried to use the grappling hook, and it was made out of plastic, and it's like ka-chunk, and I was like, at 7, I'm like, this sucks. This is not real. I want a real effing grappling hook.
Yeah.
And so I decided that, like, there was something about toys that needed an up level. And so I started looking into, like, how to make my own stuff, and I discovered cosplay basically by accident.
Okay.
And I don't know, what was your question again? I just washed off.
No, that was perfect, yeah.
So my character, so I started embodying archetypes and characters, and really, I'm like actors, and specifically voiceover actors, we get to do tons of superheroes and supervillains. So throughout my career, it was starting with Chameleon Boy and stuff from Legion of Superheroes, and then, with Control Freak from Teen Titans. Every superhero or supervillain that I played, I felt like I got a little bit more of reality of what it was like to be that character. And so my cosplay now has augmented into a collection of Willy Wonka and a Jedi. And like I wander around and I try to do like Jedi tricks no matter where I am. Because, like, this breaks down the barriers between people, and what you really want to do if you want to be successful in social life is figure out how you can break down barriers. And so I'm the living embodiment of Gene Wilder.
Okay.
Because I love Willy Wonka. I call myself a Joy Jedi, and also I'm the Unicorn Gangsta. Because I believe in rainbows, sparkle, and being hardcore about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, so along the way in the last 10 years that I've created this game, I really have created myself like a character. And now it looks just like me, and I can pick out in the crowd at a con who's a character from a fandom and who's like doing this for real in real life, and they're kind of walking around with this confidence. You don't know what character they are, but if you ask them, they've got a lot to say, and that's what I'm interested in. Giving kids the right to talk about themselves fantastically and with confidence through character embodiment.
Yeah. So that it raises an interesting question, because I don't know if you encountered it when you grew up, but I grew up in the 80s where this sort of thing was almost frowned upon. It was sort of, and now it's being it's glorified now, which I think is great. What are your thoughts on that?
this avatarism, this embodiment of characters that we're doing here, is older than anything else. It is the original philosophy. It's the original religion. It's the original because we put on a skin or a head of an animal and we became the animal, and then we were able to hunt better or feel like that character, right? So we've gone back to that because this is the golden age. They call this the age of Aquarius, where all of the people that say they're telling the truth, all are then shown to be liars. All the big organizations, they are shown to be speaking nonsense. And so back to back to why you should do this. It feels great. It's the thing we're already doing, and I believe inquiring into the nature of character, your character or character itself, is the coolest and most fun thing you could do. So I'm just taking a stand for characters and nerds and kids who can't talk to girls or boys or whoever, kids who maybe are a little bit autistic. Like I felt a little bit autistic growing up. I was super nerdy about certain things, and I knew that when I got into a character or put on my Superman cape, I stood up straighter, and I'm like, what is that? And let's make it a thing. And the last thing I'll say is, in the party scene and like the electronic dance music scene, which I grew up in the West Coast, we had this thing called PLUR, P-L-U-R, peace, love, unity, and respect. And so when we're all together, if something goes wrong or somebody's being a douche, you go, hey man, PLUR it up. Peace, love, unity, respect, come in. And so I think this whole convention scene needs this thing that I'm creating. It's called Embody, Up-Level, and Uphold. Embody your character as best as you can. Make your costume, make it great. Know about it. Up-level, make a better costume next year. Be able to talk about, be confident, get better at what you're doing. And uphold, which is the most important thing. If you see a kid that has a costume that isn't as good as yours, don't go up and ridicule them. Don't tell them what they did wrong. Have a huge heart like a superhero and be like, hey man, that's great. Next year you should do this because I figured out how to make leather out of plastic or, cardboard, and up-level those kids so we can all be a family. So there's no disheartening bullshit in this scene. There's no judgment, because there really shouldn't be, because this is the place where everyone feels better about themselves. And reboot the Titans! It's so lowbrow, all those fart jokes and dookie jokes. Ugh! God, bring back the old Titans. I'm sick of this crap.
Awesome. Did you have a website for that you wanted to share?
So if you follow me on Twitter, that's Alex, A-L-E-X, _ Polinsky, P-O-L-I-N as in Nancy, S-K-Y. That's my Twitter. And if you DM me, magic, I will DM you back. I answer every single one of my DMs. Even if it's just an emoji, I'll give you an emoji back. And my website for the game is avatarism.net, A-V-A-T-A-R-I-S-M.net, and there's a bunch of free downloads. Download a character sheet like D&D, but it's for use in your real life. Oh, what the heck? So it's really cool. I just think it's the coolest game ever.
Yeah, that is awesome. So what was your first cosplay?
My first cosplay was a wizard, just a random wizard, then Spider-Man, then Batman. And then, I started making my own pretty early. I asked my mom asked me what I want for my 16th birthday, and I said I knew exactly what I wanted. Full-length black velvet cloak with a hood. And back in the 80s, like, what? Are you sure? Like, you're not even a goth, but I want it to be. So it was kind of goth, kind of this, kind of that. I really loved Star Wars. I still put my head every night on a 1979 Empire Strikes Back pillowcase, original. Every night my head's on Luke and Leia, sleeping.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm still the biggest Star Wars fan. I still have all my collection.
Do you have a droid factory?
I don't.
Oof. I have a droid factory with all the parts.
Do you?
Yeah.
From the original?
Oh yes. It's absolutely original.
Yeah.
Every piece is here, including the box. It's mint in box. M-O-B.
Awesome.
M-I-B.
Mint in box. Yeah, there you go. So the name of the show's Nerd Rush. Our favorite thing to ask is, what do you nerd out about?
Oh my goodness. I nerd out about nerding out. I nerd out when other people tell me what they like, and they get that look in their eye, and we can both go, it's really cool. I really like that energy. Personally, like, I collected Batman toys forever. I collected every Batman thing from the 80s to the 90s, and I have 1966 Batman toys from the original series, so I have a whole collection of that, of 1966 classic and vintage stuff, so that's really what I nerd out on, yeah. This is Control Freak from Teen Titans! Reboot the Titans! And watch Nerd Rush. I'm Alex Polinsky.